Welcome back into the Sports Source where it's 12:30 in the morning. Benedict Construction is the group that brings you this segment. They are just fantastic. Is your kitchen in need of a makeover? Call them. Have you added on to the family and now you need a bigger family room, bigger living room? Call them. Turn to the custom remodel specialists at Benedict Construction. Make your home your dream home. Benedict Construction. All right, let's take a look over at the Benedict Construction big board. My apologies to Dan Benedict. I can't fit your sign on there this week. But we look at the SEC Bowl games across the board. Let's just run through this. All right, coming up in about 10 and a half hours at 11 a.m. today, we have the St. Petersburg Bowl. They go all the way to Russia. It's Miami of Ohio versus Mississippi State. Miami of Ohio versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State opened. We're just going to look at the opening lines. Opened as an 11-point favorite. Thoughts? Mississippi State, Miami. Will you care enough to watch it at 11 a.m.? Today.
No.
Day after Christmas.
No.
Okay, nobody cares. NC State at Vandy, that's today at 5 o'clock. That's the Independence Bowl. North Carolina State versus Vanderbilt. North Carolina State opened as a 4-point favorite. Who cares about this one?
Me.
Interested in that one?
Watch it,
By
yes.
5 o'clock, you'll be over the hangover and ready to watch.
I will be watching North Carolina State, hoping that they don't let it get away from them. I mean, I don't like
You're for
Vanderbilt
NC State?
anyway.
Okay.
So
Thoughts,
North
anyone?
Carolina State.
Yeah, I'd be
I'll
interested
watch
to see how Vanderbilt, if there's going to be momentum from the Tennessee victory,
Yes.
and then how excited they are to be there. We know how many of these bowl games come down to which team really wants to be there and which is ready to get out of town. You know?
Well, here's the thing. Just in terms of in-state recruiting, you don't want Vanderbilt having a winning record and be able to show off a bowl ring and all that other stuff.
We've
It's
seen
better for them
enough
if they
of
lose.
Derek Mason dancing.
Okay. Next up on December 28th, that is what, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Texas Bowl, 9 o'clock. Kansas State, Texas A&M. Texas A&M opened as a 2-point favorite. Thoughts?
Chief gets his revenge on Bill Snyder after all these years.
From the Cotton Bowl in 2000?
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Gotta hope it doesn't snow.
Moving on, we got the or that ice, whatever that. It was like an ice,
was,
snow,
ice
sleet,
storm,
nasty game. Birmingham Bowl, Thursday, 2 o'clock. South Florida versus South Carolina. South Florida opened as an 11-point favorite.
Even
Over an
though,
SEC
even though
team.
they've lost their coach? Who's
Open-
coaching them?
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't know. I didn't look up who's coaching South Florida.
I
Thanks
have
for
that.
exposing me on the show, Mike.
That's on my same watch list with Mississippi State.
Well, that's
Okay.
a bunch of bull.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, December 29th, 5:30 p.m. That's Virginia Tech versus Arkansas in the Belk Bowl. Virginia Tech recovered from the battle at Bristol pretty well, won their division. They opened as a 6-point favorite against Arkansas. I'll be interested in that one. Then you move on to Friday, and before the Tennessee game, you got the Liberty Bowl, Georgia and TCU. Yeah. Not a bad matchup there. That's noon on Friday.
And that's also interesting, John, I think, because Georgia's had several players saying they're going to come back. And so I look for that as an edge to Georgia because I think they're looking at getting something going for next season already.
And TCU opened as a 1.5-point favorite.
Should be riveting to watch the frogs and the bulldogs.
Very good. Bullfrogs. All right. We have Tennessee, Nebraska. Obviously, Tennessee opened as a 3-point favorite in the Music City Bowl. Louisville and LSU. That is New Year's Eve, 11 a.m. That's Saturday. And that opened as a pick'em in favor of Louisville. It slid toward LSU. Louisville LSU without Leonard Fournette, which we'll talk about later. Mike?
I was just going to say, I can't wait to see Leonard Fournette go through that Louisville defense.
You're just gonna have to wait and see what's in the cards.
Wow, you're just filled with puns on this. All right, next up, Tax Slayer Bowl. That's Saturday at 11 a.m. Georgia Tech, Kentucky. I'm interested in that. Let's
Yeah.
see how
Yeah, well, I mean,
Kentucky's
that's-
defense is
Well,
not
and
good.
look,
Well, that's who you
remember-
open with next year.
That's right. You open with Georgia Tech.
Could be wild.
Okay, you're
Could be a wreck.
you're fine. Lord, like this segment, Peach Bowl. That's a playoff game, obviously coming
He
up
started
3
it.
p.m. 3 p.m. on Saturday. Washington versus Alabama. Alabama will annihilate Washington. Then you go January 2nd. Jump ahead. The Outback Bowl, Iowa versus Florida at 1 o'clock. That's on Monday. And then the bowl where Tennessee should be playing, the Sugar Bowl. Oklahoma versus Auburn. I'm still ticked off. Still ticked
Is that
off.
on the second? I thought that was sooner. No? I guess not.
People at home aren't even getting the sooner thing. It took me. That's just that's bad. All right, Lord, they probably got it before I did.
I actually kind of appreciate that sort of thing.
That's why you can get him on the Bob Hoff Show. When we come back, will those guys playing in their final game for Tennessee get credit for turning the program around or no? We got a lot more coming up. Come on back on the Sports Source.